Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to our journey through the life of the most magnificent human being, our Al-Habib Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In our previous episodes, we saw how the darkness of persecution in Mecca became almost unbearable. Today, we witness a historical moment that proves the truth will always find a way. We are moving from the sands of Mecca to the palace of a king across the sea. This is the story of the migration to Abyssinia and the legendary debate before King Najashi. When Al-Habib sallallahu alaihi wasallam saw that his companions were being tortured, he looked for a solution. He told them, لو خرجتم إلى أرض الحبشة فإن بها ملكا لا يظلم عنده أحد. He said, if only you could go to the land of Abyssinia, for there is a king there under whom no one is oppressed. A group of believers, including Uthman ibn Affan and his wife Ruqayya, left everything behind to find safety. But the leaders of Quraysh were not happy. They didn't want the Muslims to live in peace anywhere. They sent their most clever diplomat, Amr ibn al-As, along with another man, carrying expensive gifts for King Najashi and his generals. Their mission was simple: bribe the king and bring the Muslims back to Mecca to be punished. My dear brothers and sisters, seeing how the early Muslims were protected by a stranger reminds us that Allah's help comes from places we never expect. To help us keep sharing these deep stories and reach more hearts with the beauty of the seerah, please subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell. Your support is the light that helps this project grow. Now, let us witness the courage of Ja'far ibn Abi Talib in the royal court. Amr ibn al-As tried to whisper in the king's ear. He said, "O king, some foolish youths from our people have run away to your country. They have left our religion, but they have not entered yours. They have brought a new religion that no one knows." He wanted the king to hand them over immediately, but Najashi was a man of justice. He refused to hand them over without hearing their side of the story. He summoned the Muslims. The Sahaba were nervous, but they chose Ja'far ibn Abi Talib, the cousin of Al-Habib sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to be their voice. Ja'far stood with his head held high and gave a speech that described the true essence of Islam. He said, أيها الملك كنا قوما أهل جاهلية نعبد الأصناف ونأكل الميتة ونأتي الفواحش ونقطع الأرحام ويسيء الجوار حتى بعث الله إلينا رسولا نعرف نسبه وصدقه وأمانته وعفافه. O king, we were a people of ignorance. We worshipped idols, ate dead meat, committed sins, and were unkind to our neighbors. Until Allah sent us a messenger, whose lineage, honesty, and purity we know very well. Ja'far explained that Al-Habib sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught them to speak the truth, to fulfill their promises, and to pray only to Allah. The king was impressed. He asked, "Do you have anything with you that was revealed to him by Allah?" Ja'far began to recite the opening verses of Surah Maryam. As he recited the story of Prophet Zakaria and the birth of Isa alayhi salam, the atmosphere in the palace changed. Najashi began to cry until his beard was wet, and his priests cried until their scrolls were soaked. Najashi looked at the leaders of Quraysh and said, "Inna hadha walladhi jaa bihi Isa la yakhruja min mishkatin wahida. Intaliqa, fa wallahi la uslimuhum ilaykuma abada." Go away, by Allah, I will never hand them over to you. Amr ibn al-As did not give up. The next day, he came back with a dangerous plan. He told the king, they say something terrible about Isa ibn Maryam. He wanted to use the king's own religion against the Muslims. Najashi called the Muslims back and asked, "What do you say about Isa?" The Sahaba knew this was a life or death moment, but Ja'far did not hesitate. He said, "We say about him what our Prophet taught us. He is the servant of Allah, his messenger, his spirit, and his word which he gave to the Virgin Maryam." Najashi picked up a small twig from the ground and said, "By Allah, Isa is not even the length of this twig more than what you have said." He returned the gifts to the leaders of Quraysh and told the Muslims they were safe in his land forever. My dear brothers and sisters, this episode teaches us that the truth has a power that no bribe can buy. While the relatives of Al-Habib sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Mecca wanted to kill him and his followers, a Christian king in a distant land opened his heart and his home to them. It reminds us that Allah is the protector of the believers. The migration to Abyssinia was the first victory outside of Mecca, and it showed that the message of Islam was destined to reach every corner of the earth. In our next episode, we will see the incredible conversion of two giants of Mecca, men whose strength changed the balance of power in favor of the Muslims, Hamza ibn Abdul Muttalib and Umar ibn al-Khattab. Thank you for joining us on this journey. May Allah keep us all on the path of truth. Assalamu alaikum.